Irvin Magic Johnson is said to be in talks to buy a portion of the Oakland Raiders. Magic Johnson, that's correct. The story that my friend Jason Cole over at Bleacher Report broke regarding the existence of a billionaire investor for the Raiders has been given a face, the face of Magic Johnson. Now, here's why I believe this will be true until Magic says it is not true. Magic Johnson has been focused on being an investor in sports organizations as far back as 1997. And how I know this is from personal experience. That year, 97 again, I was economic advisor to Oakland Mayor Elihu Harris and personally responsible for forming buyer teams to purchase the Oakland Athletics. I received a phone call from Lon Rosen, then representing Magic Johnson, and expressing his interest in joining with Frank Robinson to buy and own the Oakland Athletics. That deal fell apart. We were close to getting an ownership team put together, but it fell apart. Then, as many of you know, later, Magic Johnson eventually hit his mark in becoming part owner of the Dodgers. Along the way, Magic acquired as a friend, in fact, really prior to 1997, famed Hollywood agent Michael Ovitz, inventor of deals called packaging. Ovitz took on Magic Johnson as a pupil, and Ovitz became Magic Johnson's mentor. Magic wanted to do deals, be a developer, and essentially, yes, that's correct, become rich and powerful. Magic has succeeded. He now is the owner of an equity fund known worldwide, and that equity fund alone is worth $1.4 billion. Magic, prior to that, had established a great track record developing theaters in Los Angeles inner city. This would be the linchpin achievement that Magic Johnson has reached along his road to becoming what he has so wanted to be. Really another Michael Ovitz. Now, Ovitz plays an important role here for another reason. It was Michael Ovitz that tried to bring the NFL to Los Angeles in 2000, actually 1999, but he lost to Robert McNair, the owner of the Houston Texans. He was outbid by roughly $300 million. Well, let's be fair, $250 million. And in a 3-hour meeting with then NFL Commissioner Paul Tagliabue reportedly cried because he was so upset he couldn't change the NFL's mind. But where Ovitz would have put the new LA team would have been in Carson at a stadium called the Hacienda. So uniquely designed with a Spanish Southern California motif that had special chimes ringing that would ring whenever the team scored a touchdown. But I digress. It's Magic Johnson. And it's Magic Johnson until Magic Johnson himself says he's not the one. Oh, I want to make a comment regarding Magic Johnson, the Oakland Raiders, Oakland Mayor Elihu Harris, and the Oakland City Council before I finish. The Raiders have said they can't get a deal done with the city. The Raiders also have refused to return Oakland Mayor Elihu Harris's phone calls because they don't like her style. No, I didn't say the rumor is or anything. It's because they don't like her style. And that's not fair to Libby. Libby is mayor of Oakland, and she must be respected as such. Yes, I understand that Mark Davis and Mark Bourdain don't like that Libby said, well, I can lead a horse to water, but I can't make them drink in the news. They may not like Libby's attitude in saying that she wanted a facility without spending public money. I told her to say that. But the Raiders have to respect Libby as a woman in power, and they send out signals that they don't, that they would rather deal with men. That's a real bad sign. The Raiders need to return Libby's phone calls and sit down with her rather than treat her in the way that they have. That is the real problem, folks. Now, in the past teams, you're going to say, well, they worked with Gene Kwan. Well, really, it was Fred Blackwell, and they loved working with Fred. Fred is gone. He is the chief executive officer of the San Francisco Foundation. Now, the Raiders have had to work with Libby and Claudia Caprio as the point people, 2 women. The signals the Raiders send out are that they're not comfortable with women in power. And they have to change. They have to get off that. They really do. Libby is mayor of Oakland, and she must be respected as such. Now, they can get a deal done. They can do it. But the question is, will Magic Johnson want to keep the Raiders in Oakland or move them to Los Angeles? And I know what you're saying. He's an LA person. He's an LA man. I don't think Magic would shy away from the best deal for the organization, because it's my assertion that the Carson deal won't pencil out. However, Magic is an experienced developer, and he may have ideas regarding the use of the Raiders that will close the $300 million funding gap that currently exists for the Carson NFL Stadium and for Stan Kroenke's version in Inglewood. All right, stay tuned.